The championship for ATV Motocross is drawing to a close, and Joel Hetrick is closing in on it. Last week, on a rough and rugged track at the famous Redbud in Michigan, some riders had great days, and some riders struggled. But Hetrick was able to prevail in Moto number 1 on his Phoenix Racing Yamaha, and further extend his points lead. But ATV Motocross requires 2 great motos on one day, and this time championship rival Chad Wienen got ahead of Hetrick in Moto 2. The rivals duked it out, but this time the defending champ was too strong. While Jeffrey Rastrelli and Brandon Hogue battled for the final podium spot, Wienen went 2-1 to win the overall and keep title hopes alive, with Rastrelli joining Hetrick on the box. Now just one race remains, the finale from Loretta Lynn. From high above Loretta Lynn's ranch, about an hour west of Nashville, it's the final round of the ATV National Motocross Championship, or as veterans in the field like to call it, the Dirt Days National. Been racing here since the mid-1980s. Track has changed a bit, but not completely from what it was back then. There's the famous billboards. And another tradition at this race, the 88 Live to Ride auction. We raise money for the medic staff and a lot of other great perks to help keep these riders healthy at the races. Been going on for a long time. You'll see Joe Hetrick still runs the number 88, by the way, on his machine. As we scour the pro pits for our season finale, there's Max Lindquist. A lot of young riders making strides. Nick Janusa, I feel like he's had a better year this year. And there's the 26, Brandon Hogue, maybe the most improved rider this year. Logan Stanfield on the 55, Zach Decker on the 23. 535, Merman. And a battle for third in points, Jeffrey Rastrelli on the podium at our last race trying to catch Brandon Hogue.
Coming off the podium last round was definitely a confidence booster for me coming in here. We got 10 points in between me and Hogue, so we got to put in some work today. We got to make something happen, and I'm really looking forward to it. After the podium, it gave me a lot of confidence, and I truly believe I can come in here and do a 3-3 or even better today. So all we got to do is just go out there and do our best and see what happens at the end of the day.
Okay, so battle for third in the standings, and of course a battle for the title. Chad Wienen not giving up hope that he could win title number 9 today.
I got a long shot for a championship, but honestly, I'm just here to try and go out and win this race and try to end the season on a high note. I've been riding really well this season, especially the later half of here, and honestly, I'm just here to have fun, enjoy the riding, and get good starts, try to get that clean air right away, and run out front. But honestly, it's been a great year. It's been a struggle at times, but we've had a lot of high moments, so I'm looking forward to those.
We'll see if Wienen can have more of those moments today. First, some qualifying, and we'll show you the riders dissect this racetrack. It never looks that challenging from the outside. No hills, not a lot of elevation change, and it's pretty small as far as the layout. It's the subtleties, like this sand right here, and the ever-changing lines and bumps that make this track difficult. See Hetrick and now Wienen throwing it around. Man, that is fun to watch. Bryce Ford charging into the picture here. Ford has been quick this year, probably not as consistent and as far up in points as he would like. Could end it on a high note today. Same thing for this rider, Max Lindquist. Definitely has the speed, be a podium guy. And we mentioned Rastrelli earlier, trying to track down this rider, Brandon Hogue. Hogue has been so good this season, it would be spectacular to see him get third in points after a couple of rough seasons. There's the New Jersey native, the 15 of Nick Janusa. There's Logan Stanfield. Cody Ford here on the 5. Bottoming it out on the takeoff to that tunnel. Zach Decker. He's been much better this year as well. There's Vincent Merman on the 535 tearing up the infield. Vincent Turini, been fun to have the Italian with us all season long. There's Zach Harris on the 22. Hetrick is your fast qualifier on the number 88. ATV Motocross on MAV TV is brought to you by RP Race Performance, by RockyMountainATVMC.com, and by CST Tires. Welcome back. Season finale for ATV Motocross, and the 88 of Joel Hetrick is looking to trade that digit for a number 1 if he can hold on to the lead today.
It's a good day coming into the final round with the points that I have. I feel really good. This track yesterday developed how I should, go out there and ride it as hard as I can. It's not super gnarly. I don't know how today is, but it has a really hard base to it and looked a little more hard packed than normal. Like, it's the smoothest Loretta's I've ever seen, is what a lot of guys have said. So just ready to go out there and do my thing and just put it out on the table and hopefully come home with a lot of number 1s today.
Ooh, do I sense some nerves for your series points leader? We have seen for both Hetrick and Wienen things come undone here at Loretta's. Well, years ago, Wienen had a chain come off, I think, that cost him a title. And that kind of deal for Hetrick has happened also. So we've got amateur racing getting complete here. Fans you see lining the fences to start watching the pros. It's a cool thing about this series. The amateurs race in the same weekend, same track. Loretta's has a lot of fun things to do. It's got the pool, the creek. It's a full functioning campground here with a motocross track built in. And a shout out to everyone at the ranch and everyone actually with Maxon Construction and Phoenix Racing for helping rebuild this place after a massive flood a year ago. Looking good, and we are ready for the first moto of the day. That is Wienen to the races out front. Hetrick is right there in second. Bryce Ford in third almost goes down, manages to save it, and now Hetrick down to the inside. Can he rip the lead away from Wienen on lap 1? And he does. That is turn 2. Wienen already starting to bump wheels with him into the 10 Commandments, and look at Ford riding well, looking to put some pressure on the leaders. So Hetrick showing he's not going to be conservative today with the points lead. He said he wanted a few number 1s. He's in position for it, and look at Ford tangling now with the back of Wienen. And that's the kind of riding we expected from Bryce all year long. He has the speed to mix it up with these two, and he's done it on occasion, and they've got to be careful. Look at how wet the track is right now, obviously watered right before this moto, and it's going to be touch and go to know how hard you can push. For Hetrick, though, points lead, protect, nah. He's looking to just win this race. Heading to the beach on the infield, and it's settled down. Wienen getting away from the pressure, and now he's free to re-attack on Hetrick. And Wienen's going to be good in these sandier sections down near the infield. That's usually where he does his work. Although you heard Hetrick say this is the smoothest Loretta's he's seen. So we'll see who that favors on the lap 2 here. And this is the corner coming up where Hetrick was able to take the lead, the late braking in and out of turn 2. Into the 10 Commandments. And that outside line, I think a little bit better for Wienen than the inside for Hetrick. And we've got a fight in our hands. And now Hogue starting to roll forward as well. You see the orange jersey. There's a freight train back there. You saw Bryce Ford early. Then I believe it's Rastrelli. There's 4 riders, Rastrelli, Hogue, and Lindquist all in this group. And it's on them to try to bridge the gap. It's the same old story as it has been for nearly a decade in this series. Chad Wienen and Joel Hetrick duking it out. And who's going to be able to challenge them? Great duel here, though, as Ford has serious heat from Rastrelli. So a couple of different battles to watch. There's Hogue in the 26. Now remember, he has to try to finish around Rastrelli in the motos today to maintain third in points. And Rastrelli's got a problem! You saw him look down at the machine, then raise his hands up, and just like that, that battle for third in the points I mentioned, I might have jinxed it there, it might be done. So what would appear to be mechanical problems for Rastrelli, who was coming off that podium in our last race, and Bryce Ford has a breath of fresh air, a little less pressure on him now. Then here comes Hogue, Lindquist. I think that was Janusa coming through next. We go back to Hetrick. Man, did that change in a hurry. Wienen trying to keep him honest as this battle rages up front. And a bit of a dangerous game for Hetrick to play it this way. He could have just stalked Wienen the whole way around, instead electing to try to race it out. Now, if he can maintain this gap, he's fine. But if Wienen gets close, I mean, Wienen has nothing to lose. You might as well, I don't know, not say take the guy out, but maybe bang him around a little bit and try to improve your odds. So Hetrick is going to take the bet that once he got the lead, Wienen won't be close enough to pull anything. You see this group continuing to fight. Great story, great season for Hetrick. Started finally with a good weekend at Daytona, where things have so often at our season opener gone sideways for him. This year, he was the one with the good race, and it was Wienen who started the year off, as you would say, on the back foot. And Wienen has done well, as he mentioned, in the second half of the year, but Hetrick has been able to control it for points. He's waited a long time to have a season where he can lead the series from the get-go and the front, and not have to sweat every single race and try to be in comeback mode all year long. Hetrick working on his third championship in this series. And it's an important one to the Phoenix Racing Team, which is so dedicated to the sport. David Eller, the team owner, and a lot of principals over there. As a matter of fact, Dean Baker, who helped build engines for the team, moved over to the Joe Gibbs Racing NASCAR shop to build motors for them, but Hetrick said, no, you're my guy. I got to have my trusted allies. So Baker still takes weekends and comes to these races, even though he's no longer officially part of this team. But he'll come and work just for the weekend, so Hetrick can have that peace of mind. And it has led to great consistency this year and potentially a title. If he wins this Moto, he might be able to wrap it up early. You see this battle continue with Hogue and Lindquist and Janusa. There's Hetrick into the 10 Commandments. And he has pulled well clear of Wienen now. Wienen, a great season and a great effort in this Moto, but not quite able to match Hetrick this time. And the chances at a record-breaking title number 9 starting to slip away, as Wienen is tied with the great Gary Denton, dare I say the GOAT of ATV racing, both sitting on 8 championships. And another lap clicks off for Hetrick. You hear the fans. White flag now out. And we're looking at a championship coronation in the offing. This battle's not over. Lindquist and Hogue really going at it behind the billboards now. This is for 4th behind Ford. And I think Lindquist made it happen. And Janusa is still right there as well. So those riders have been in formation the entire time. Meanwhile, Joel Hetrick, it's this simple. He avoided the bad races this year. He has always been fast, and that's why he's won 2 titles in this series, but could have had more. But the bad races that Wienen usually does not have that type of luck, especially in rough conditions, equipment problems, and things like that, have struck down so many title attempts by Hetrick, but not this time. He's headed for daylight and takes the Moto win. And he's celebrating. I believe that's unofficially going to give him the title. We'll have another Moto, though, after this. Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by RP Race Performance, by Rocky Mountain ATVMX, and by CST Tires. Ready for the final Moto of the season. Joel Hetrick, the pressure is off, wrapping up the title with his win in Moto 1, but there's a little business left, and you know he would like to leave this season with another Moto and overall win. So let's get it on here from Loretta Lynn's ranch. Not as good a start for Hetrick this time. It's Max Lindquist with the hole shot. Is that Wienen? No, Lindquist is going to hold it. Wienen's down in the middle, actually got edged out. Hetrick all the way around the outside, too far outside, off the racetrack. And still trying to make it work. He's in red there, trying to get to Lindquist. Lindquist triples and is able to hold on to the lead. And now it's Wienen around the outside. Oh, side by side action. Wienen finishes off Hendrick. Now Hendrick back to the inside. Yeah, the gloves are off now. Title's wrapped up, so these boys are gonna have at it. Max Lindquist, let's see what kind of pace he can run with this start. And Wienen and Hendrick battling each other a little bit has helped Max get away. I think that's Rastrelli back after the equipment problems in Moto 1. And they're still banging it out there for the number 2 spot. That is Hendrick and Wienen again. So more to the advantage of Lindquist, who's going to lead here at the ranch. And now the pass has been made. So Hendrick up to second, and look at how quickly he's able to close in. I mean, look. Lindquist is on fire, yet somehow Hendrick's still closing. This is a blistering pace. And when I talk about these young kids like Lindquist trying to bridge that gap and challenge Hendrick and Wienen for the lead, this is what I'm talking about. Lindquist riding so well, yet here comes Hendrick around the outside. And just power move, slingshot. I didn't even think the line was there, and Hendrick still able to take the lead. Incredible move. And now you're seeing your 2023 national champ in full bloom. Hendrick just on fire right now, and Lindquist is gonna have to rise to the challenge. Not easy to do. The kind of pace that Hendrick is able to throw down. Wienen third. Can he close on Lindquist? Opportunity to learn for the number 2. Jeez. This is just like lightning around this track. Watching Joel Hendrick just float above the place. Just so sharp, so quick, every move. And look at the gap he's opened up now. Just the hottest property in ATV Motocross, no doubt about it. And today is one of those on days. I think second half of the season we saw him try to be a little measured with his moves. No reason to be. This time, he's already got the title wrapped up, and he is en fuego. Wienen still trying to solve Lindquist here. As we head into Storyland, the back of the track, and now back out of there. Trying to get a beat on who is in fourth. It might be Bryce Ford, who is working his way forward, wants to get the podium overall today. Lindquist will be a fight. See how the math works out, but a lot of it comes down to, can Max Lindquist hold off Chad Wienen, and that will be an interesting one. Any bit of confidence or momentum these young riders can take in the offseason, you've got to try to grab it. So Lindquist, a lot of motivation, could not hold Hendrick back, but can he do it to the 8-time champ Chad Wienen? And it is Ford there in fourth. Man, he is riding well today. He is putting pressure. Wienen in the middle here with that glowing green and yellow Fly Racing gear. And here comes the heat around the outside from Bryce Ford. Well, this is it. Every week I talk about which young kid's going to be able to step up and challenge Wienen or Hendrick for positions. We've got 2 candidates right now, Bryce Ford, Max Lindquist, ganging up on Wienen right now. And for Wienen, you got to wonder where the motivation is. He's not going to win the Moto or the overall. Title's already out of his reach. But he's a wise veteran. He knows you don't want to give these kids any daylight. They are attacking him right now. As Hendrick just throws down. Hard to choose what you want to watch here. Is it just Hendrick just lighting up this racetrack? Or this battle back here? Lindquist, Wienen, Ford. Wienen a little reset, now back after Lindquist, a little less of a challenge from Ford this time. Listen to this. This is pedal to the metal, full tilt, 100%, whatever you want to call it. Wienen going after Lindquist. And pretty cool. These guys are buddies. There was a bit of a mentor-mentee relationship at one point between these two. Now, you wouldn't know it out on the track. They're throwing down. We go back to Hetrick. So they're still good friends, the number 2 and the 1 here, but you wouldn't know it watching. Another one for Hetrick, logged over that Thor tunnel. So these two don't really work together anymore as far as being on the same team. But on and off the track, they're going to keep it. You're not going to see anyone ramming into each other here. But they want to win at the same time. And you can see that from Weenan doing everything he can to get around the number 2. Jeez, did Hetrick just quad all the way over to the landing by the beach? This is the kind of speed he has had in reserve all year. Finally gets to show everything today. Oh no, Lindquist! Maybe his best ride ever goes up in flames. Obviously a problem with his equipment as well. What a bummer. And that's going to give Weenan a very hard-earned second place. The results won't show how well Max Lindquist was riding, but it will show this rider, not only your champion, but your 1-1 overall winner at Loretta's. 2023 is all Joel Hetrick. And Ford will take 3rd overall behind Weenan. There is Hetrick. Donnie Luce from Yamaha there, handing out the number 1 plate and some bonus money. Yeah, that's got to feel good. Let's talk to our top 3 today.
Super stoked to be back on the podium. It's been a long process. The last one was at High Point. Just thrilled to end the season like this, and super excited to go to the Czech Republic and represent the USA and just give it my all. See you guys next year.
Went 2-2 on the day, second moto. We had a battle with Max and Bryce, and I just couldn't quite get going. I had to tuck in quite a bit, but all in all, really fun year. Congratulations to Joel and his team on the championship, and we're going to try and get back next year.
Felt unstoppable, man, and the confidence and the positive energy coming in here, it really paid off with the training and just all the hard work, and to be the 3-time champ. After what I've had happen to me in the years past, it's a very emotional experience, and I'm just so thankful and so honored to do this at such a high level with such great competitors, and to be the best of the best. I really want to pat myself on the back, but I got a lot of guys behind me that do that and keep me happy and keep me positive, and I'm just so happy. Finish it off with the 1-1. Can't beat that. Thank you, guys.
So good this season for Joel Hetrick. CST Tires race recap. Hetrick around Weenan early. Bryce Ford almost throws it away, but holds on for 3rd in the early stages of the Moto. Had pressure from Hogue. Rastrelli was in there as well, but then he had mechanical problems, and that would essentially hand 3rd in the points to Hogue for the season. Great job for him in what amounts to a bit of a comeback year. And there is Hetrick taking the first Moto win, and that would really lock up the title, but he had some unfinished business. He wanted to end it with a 1-1. He would get the round Weenan for 2nd, and then get around the outside there. Unbelievable speed to pass Lindquist. And Lindquist might have finished his Moto in 2nd, but his machine let go late. Hetrick with the 1-1, Weenan 2nd overall, Ford 3rd, and there is a 3rd AMA number 1 plate for Joel Hetrick, who dominated this season on the Phoenix Racing Yamaha. So congrats for his family and to his team. For everyone at Racer TV, I hope you enjoyed this season of ATV Motocross. I'm Jason Wygant. We'll see you in 2023.